Hey guys, welcome to my first video for the team channel, and it's of course a deck review because in the last days so many guys asked for my current ladder deck list that I played in after the patch, because I was really going high on the ladder and higher. So and yesterday I was asked, and today I was asked, and my companions got asked, and so first off I want a little secret about this deck, but yeah, now I think yeah, why not give it to them, feed them, let's get their own experience on it. So yeah, of course it's my Grand Reunion deck list, so we can get a quick start. But first of all, how does my hair look? I hope oh. Now I want to describe a little bit about my deck reviews. I want to make more in the next couple of weeks, and yeah, so, but I don't want only to get the credit for, oh, this deck gets the first place on the ladder, because a deck is not only good because it goes for the first place. That's why sorry, to get to the first place, it's especially in the last days of the month, it can be really time wasting, I would say. So I would say a good deck that I review is a deck that can reach the 1.6 points in the ladder, because when you get to this point, you are really in the competition for the next masters on the ladder, so you can get the qualifier. Yeah, and that's a really good deck to play right now on the ladder, because it's really the pain in the ass for the opponent. Yeah, let's get on it. So the first card, Daris. I explained to Daris at least because it makes more sense when you get the whole deck list why you play Daris. So first off, we go with the ghost. I'm sorry, because of the English of the German cards, I really don't know how I can change the language to English, so I hope the pictures are enough for you. So the little ghost, 1/1 creature with 3 speed and to a mana cost of 2. It's not so great, but it's in this deck especially it's good because you don't have pretty much an early game, so you need a little a bridge to the point where you get your creatures that win the game. So that's a good creature to stall a little bit in the early game, and you can make some good trades or combat tricks, I would say, but later on that. Yeah, I can't say anything about this card. All doors are open why this card is really good in this game. Yeah, these two cards are my time stall, removal, combat trick, and so on. In this list is a little bit better the flasheries. Yeah, flasheries, because you can make such combat tricks with the little ghost or with any other card here to get rid of any threats, especially in the early game. but with the power discharge you can make such good moves too. But because of the lesser costs and on the instant speed, its slash freeze is a little bit better in this deck. But yeah. And here is the hero of this deck, the Dust Titan. The Dust Titan really described the whole deck in his own way. He is a powerful creature and he stole the board. This deck is really another deck like the old pre-patch Grand Union, because you don't have a chicken or something else like this. You don't go aggro, you go for the control. So it's more a mid-range control deck than an aggro mid-range deck or a mid-range deck. And the Dust Titan is really the powerhouse of this deck, because when it comes on the field, you can immediately shock 2 creatures. That's really much better than before the patch, because there you can only shock 1 and it has only 3 HP. Now it has 4. That's especially good against rage decks, because the most removals in the rage aspect can make only 3 damage. So you are really safe when you have this up. And with other cards in this deck, you can cycle your Dust Titans more and more. So you can pull the game much more and more, where you get to the point to start beating the opponent. So next one is the Silencer. Yeah, the Silencer it says pretty much your opponent wastes his next turn, and that's all for the strategy. Like the Dust Titan, that you can shock 2 creatures, or Daris shock all creatures from your opponent. Waste the opponent's next turn to the ground. So the Silencer is for the strategy really important, and in the best case we have it after Grand Reunion. Tornado Break is not so good anymore. Whoops. A little bit technical issues here. Okay, we got back. Yeah, Tornado Break is not really so good anymore, and the lower level costs are not important for this deck, because you go for Wisdom, then Nature, then Wisdom, Nature. So it's not important that he only needs one Nature, but it has its moments against especially the aggro matchups and the matchup against the Million decks, because it's a combat trick like before. Cost 1 mana more, yeah, but to bounce 1 threat of the opponent, it's a good thing to have. Yeah, that's why we play for Storm Fairies, but later. So here is another card that's pretty much the same like the little ghost, because you need some cards that get you on the bridge to the point of the game where you can play cards like Grand Reunion, Dust Titan, and the Silencer. So a little bit early stalling here for this card. So Wolfman is good to start the pressure on the opponent when you have the control on the field, but it's a card that's not so good like in the old Grand Reunion, but it's a good card. Not so good, but good. Here now the Storm Fairy 4 times. I would say in this deck you have a Tree Angel on 3 creatures that you win the game. That's first of all the Dust Titan, then the Treeman, then the Storm Fairy. The Storm Fairy makes on the same level, not the power level like Dust Titan, but it's like to support the type, to the strategy of the deck, to stall your enemy more and more and more. Yeah, that's all for this card, because it makes only this. Get rid of the biggest threat of the opponent and go to your next turn, where you can play another Storm Fairy to make this move again, or so on. So yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, the Treeman, like I said, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Yeah, it's earlier than the Dust Titan. Makes not the same, but it's in the same theme, to get your opponent's field out of the game for the next turn. So yeah, and it is a good hitter, and like the Dust Titan, it has 4 HP, what is pretty good right now in main meta. Yeah, Grand Union, clear. You can get all your creatures that you play in this deck with Grand Reunion, all creatures. Not like in the old version where you play library guards that you can't get with Grand Reunion, but in this deck you can really get all of it. So yeah, and you play 4 because you want to have him when you can play him. Easy to say. So yeah, the split for the shrines is 10 wisdom and 9 nature, because like I said before, you want to have first of all wisdom, then nature, then again wisdom. That's because yeah, Dust Titan and the Daris effect, of course, and then the second nature to play your Grand Reunion. And these skill shrines, they are not important, but it's nice to have, because you can, with this skill, you can recharge your Dust Titan, give him 1 Might Emblem, and get your little fairy here additional energy to get to a 5/5. That's really good for a 2-drop. And with this, yeah, you bounce your Storm Fairy, put it out, bounce one of your opponent, you bounce your Dust Titan, put them out, shop 2 creatures again, so on. Yeah. So not important, but nice to have in this deck. So yeah, like I said, at least Daris, yeah, I say it all the time, the strategy of the deck is to stall your enemy's field to, did I say enemy? Yeah, enemy. Your opponent's field. Enemy is a little bit harsh now, but beat enemy. But yeah, sorry. Daris make the move that the Dust Titan is for and the Treeman is for, but for the whole field of the opponent. So you push your opponent's field out of the game for the next turn, and that's pretty awesome, especially in the mid-range matchups and in the aggro matchups, because you want to get to the point, like I said so much before, where you control the world speed of the game. When you control the world speed of your game, you win. That's pretty much it of this deck. You want to control the speed of the game against all decks you face. And that's my Grand Reunion deck. I don't make a game right now because it goes a little bit too long. I make a separated gameplay video and uploaded it in a few days, so you can watch in it. But I hope I get you to the point where you understand the strategy of this deck because of the card choices here. I want to say it's not so difficult to play this deck, but especially with cards like Silencer, you must train the right timing where you play the Silencer. So not give it a first try on the ladder, so it's not a brainless aggro deck, so try it a little bit on the friendly games and then go to the ladder. That would be really better. I make an additional few sentences about other card choices you can go in this deck. The first off is Ambush Strike. Ambush Strike is you can swap the Tornado back with Ambush Strike because it's a 1 cost. So, and you can make good combat tricks with especially with the Ghost in the early game. And yeah, later on you can get a good range on creatures that are fatter than yours. But it, unlike the other cards, the Ambush Strike doesn't make anything alone, so you need a abuser for the card. So you can try it, but it's other thing is to add a third Silencer, because you want to really have it after a Grand Union. And by a deck of 60 cards, it's not 100% to have it after Grand Union. So it would be it's a little bit more clumsy, but it would be an idea to get for a third Silencer in this deck list. The other thing is that I tried yesterday is I really don't know the English name, but I will show you the card. I think it's Snowstorm or anything, Blizzard. Yeah, this card. It's a little bit risky because you when you need it early, you skip the first nature level. But against the crazy aggro decks like the Rage deck and maybe the Zombie deck, it's a really good card, so you can think about it. And against such decks like the Crazy Rage, you can play this card. When you think that you face too much Crazy Rage decks, you can play this card because it can trade up a creature. But not only that, he can freeze a creature that you can remove then with another Flash Freeze or Power Discharge or Daris effect or something like this. So you can really test it. And I should have made a list because I have one card more, but yeah. Maybe yeah. When the meta is going really in this direction that you face too much aggro, then you can really play this card, and I search for it, and here is it. Landslide. Especially against zombies is a really good card. I tested it a little bit, and yeah, when you can put a power and goal, you know what I mean, back on the deck, and maybe a 2/2 zombie or anything this, then you can easy win, because zombie can win against this deck in when he wins the first 3 rounds. But when you can play this card in the first after the second round, because you ramp a little bit with New Horizon, you can easily get to the point where you control the field with Staff Titans and more stuff. So when the meta goes in the way where you face much more aggro decks like now, it's really good option to play Landslide. And it's a good option against Shamans, I would additionally say. So yeah. So for the matchups, the better things to this deck happens in the first 3 turns, I would say. After that, you can easily win. What was that? You can easily win all matches against all decks because of your own strategy. Your best matchups, I would say, is against Hermelian variants, especially the Priest variant with the Agentic Temple and so on. You literally can't lose this. You really should win all games against it. So I would say really all rage, mid-range and control decks, because its removal, it's not really efficient against you. He needs almost 2 cards or more to get rid of your cards. So yeah, against these decks you have really an advantage. Against Wisdom Dominion Control it's a little bit difficult because the new list that I saw play Silencer. You play Silencer. Yeah. And other than you, he can get rid of the Silencer with 1 card. You don't play a card in this list that get rid of the Silencer, so a card with 5 costs or more. So you need 2 cards and he can make it with 1 card, so that could be a problem. But the new win conditions that I saw wasn't really efficient, so you can really get to the point where you win. So because it's not this 2 mana clock like the Spina combo in the pre-patch, so you didn't have really this pressure on you, so you can win this game. Other thing is against this artifact control, because the artifact control goes for the 40 life, and because you didn't really you can't really go aggressive, so it's a difficult. That's a more difficult matchup, like the normal Wisdom Dominion Control. Yeah, but the really baddest matchups are the hard aggro decks that are only good for the first turns. So I would say the plan A decks, because they don't have a plan B. They need to win in the first game, in the first few turns. After that, you win. So yeah, that's pretty much of the matchups. Oh yeah, Shamans. When you can get to the point where you can, where you have the Grand Reunion and put a Silencer, you should win. Because he can't handle your field. You don't need to attack. You can let him a little bit time. You can stall the field, and when he gets to the point that he threw 10 Shamans with haste on the field, you can block. So you should don't waste your blockers for this, and you can win. So I would say this is a 50-50 a game, because almost the player win that he draw first off the more important cards and can get to the through the important cards, more important cards like the Totem of Legends and Grand Reunion. Yeah. So I would say that's all about this deck. So I hope you can really understand a little bit about it, or you figure it all out. Maybe can be. So after this, I would make another deck review in the next days about the artifact control. Maybe, yeah. It's really one of my favorite decks because it's a bit other control like this deck, so not so static. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first video. I'm sorry about my little stuck English because yeah, I'm a German dude that's not really a German dude. So I learned too much language in the few years that I on this earth. Yeah, I hope you can't understand me though. So we will see in the next days.